Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know, if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to the returning family, you already know, peace and blessings. I'm probably not going to be on this live long tonight. Not going to lie, I'm kind of tired and out of it. Been a long day today to a degree. Um, I just want to say I hope that everybody had a blessed and productive Wednesday. Hope everybody is home from the Hope everybody's home safe and sound. Hope everybody is just relaxing, enjoying themselves for the evening, getting prepared for the mall. Chuck, salute. Yeah, I'm not gonna be crazy on you all night. Um, I'm mostly gonna be prepared for the mall night. Tomorrow night, we definitely are gonna still be having open mic poetry and music. So for those who is interested or those who really want to pop up on the stage tomorrow, y'all already know y'all more than welcome. Because I spread love the Brooklyn way. You know, I feel that everybody should be able to have some sort of opportunity to do whatever and bring whatever, you know. Hey, Marley, blessings. There's not too many things I need to speak about tonight, like I said, mostly. Besides chiming in with y'all. And I don't know, I got a little, I don't know, I want to say I got a little bit of advice, at least for those who need to hear it. Um, Marriage is a serious step. And if you're not fully committed on any level, mentally, spiritually, none of that, you shouldn't be saying I do. I noticed that a lot of people are doing that now. Hey, Anne Marie, blessings. I noticed that a lot of people have been doing that. Some of y'all getting married for all the wrong reasons. No, I ain't no relationship guru, but I just believe in that old saying. Unless you fully committed to that person and you really ready to make that person your ride or die for life, there's no need to be jumping the broom so quickly. Some people jump in because they feel like, oh, this is the perfect one for me. But some of y'all don't even take the time to fully know somebody. I just heard some dumb shit earlier. Yeah, I heard some dumb shit earlier. That's what made me kind of like say, you know what? I really need to say this because some people really are just doing the utmost. You know, heard somebody said they knew somebody for 11 days before they got married. That kind of threw me off because I'm like, 11 days? Shoot, it took me 11 days to fully get to pick somebody brain in and out to a degree, let alone get married. I'm not getting married in no 11 days. You don't know nobody that much. You can't know that much about a person in 11 damn days. I'm sorry. Can't. Some of y'all just taking marriage for granted when in all actuality, when you and somebody are coming together, y'all coming together under the eyes of the holy creator. And once y'all get married, there is no divorce to a degree. There is no divorcing somebody. Unless you necessarily have to, there's no need to be divorcing nobody. You shouldn't have got married in the first place. You know? I feel like this. Once you take that oath once you take that oath, then you are basically being married under the eyes of the Lord. There is no divorce. You know, that's why you say to death do you part. Not until you feel like you're ready to leave. You know, and some people actually carry that tradition. Don't get married unless you know you fully are going to be with this person. You know, sometimes y'all really gotta take the time to know each other, You know, the world's moving so fast nowadays. Like I said, some people are just getting married for all the wrong reasons. Some people are only getting married because they feel like they need that financial crutch that they not getting from nobody else. Some people are getting married because they feel like they're being forced to be married, when it's not really always the case, you know. Like I said, if you're not fully feeling somebody to that type of level, shouldn't jump the broom. You know, we done seen so many different situations to where it looked like something was going to be perfect, and then when it was all said and done, it didn't go well. You know, John Shaft salute. That's why I said when it comes to certain situations, don't put yourself into a hole that you're not ready to dig yourself out of. You know, marriage is an important step. You know, and it's also a lifetime choice. You know, once you put that ring on that finger, once you done officially said I do, you know, now you have to hold it down. You know, shoot, that's what you're supposed to do. At least in a real marriage, you're supposed to hold it down. Some of y'all take marriages for granted, and I feel like this: can't take certain things for granted and think that it's not going to be some sort of consequence coming back to it. Like, if you know, prime example, some of y'all ladies, you know, your man might have just lost his job and he going through that depressive stage. Yes, it's all right to try to boost him in the right direction to a degree and keep his mind, you know, focused and stimulated. But that also means you still have to be by your man's side and vice versa. Men, you know, your women just either lost their job or they probably just going through it. You know, you got to be able to be that strong factor for both. You know, you got to. If y'all can't hold each other down, if y'all can't even stand strong for each other, then that says a lot about your marriage. You know, that's just my overall personal view of it. You know, unless you really down to be with somebody, don't say I do. You know, and you got some people who will get married only because you know they don't want to be lonely. They might have kids already. They might want somebody to be in their life to be around their kids' life. You know, but my thing is, you should take long enough to know that person before you say I do. 11 days is not enough to know a person to say, yeah, I want to marry you. No, it takes time to do all of that. You know, like I said, right now, there's a lot of things that's not going on that used to go on back in the day. Like people were saying, it's not no more dating scene to a degree. You know, everybody's vision of dating now is either Netflix and chill or, yo, we getting a telly for the night. You know, like it shouldn't always be like that, man. Like, you know, if you feeling somebody and you know you feeling them, you might as well just stop bullshitting and see where their head is at before you even take it a step further. You know? Marriage is not something that you take for granted and that you take as a joke. You know, you got, like I said, you have some people who want to get married only because they looking for somebody, a companion to be a part of their family, be a part of their little royal flock. You know, there's nothing bad with that sometimes, but you gotta make sure you're choosing the right person. You know, like as single parent, you can't just have anybody around your kid. You know, and I know that I always looked at it like that. You know, if you're gonna get married for the right reasons. Get married because you fully love that person. Get married because you feel like that's the person that you definitely gonna spend the rest of your life with. You know, y'all both have to be on the same page, whether there's kids involved or not. Like I said, marriage is not a joke no more. You know, it's not a. It's never been a joke. And I feel like some of y'all always just pick that wrong reason to want to get married. You gotta have a list of pros and cons of why you getting married and why you think you should get married. You know, you got some people who will interfere in that. We know that. They'll try to interfere in that, especially if they know you definitely about to be happy. That's why even when it comes to that, the right friends and the right people got to be around you. You know, you can't have people around you that don't want to see you happy. You know, I done went to a wedding one time and personally witnessed somebody trying to stop the whole wedding and trying to stop it with a false narrative about something happening that didn't happen. You know, and I'm saying that from experience because I literally watched one of my friends a couple years ago almost got his marriage ruined by somebody that he really didn't even know. He met at the bachelor party, but he never had no type of interaction with them or nothing. And that was the first thing that came out their mouth. Yeah, oh, I don't think you should marry him. That person ain't right for you. This, that, and the third. Meanwhile, the people that was there watched the dude all night. You know, and my friend didn't do nothing out the ordinary that he shouldn't have did. That would have caused you to even try to ruin something. But this is why I say sometimes you got to be careful. You know, some people will get jealous once they hear the fact that you getting married or that you might be getting married. I've seen that sometimes too. You know, jealousy it wears ugly head at times, and it shouldn't have to be that way. You know, if I'm supposed to be your friend, you know I might be getting married. You're supposed to be happy for that. You know, but then again, some of y'all should know who y'all getting married to, and if more than one person has a unsavory story about a person, y'all should listen sometimes. You know, that's just like you getting married to somebody that you know for a fact is an abuser, like on a physical level and all of that. Why would you get married to somebody that you know is going to keep bringing you down? You know, Nicole, blessing, sis. You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. You know, but that is true though. You're not supposed to just get married for all the wrong reasons. You're supposed to be building together. You know, and if you're going to come together and build as a family, then y'all both need to be on the same page. You know, and another thing you do have to pay attention to is who your real friends are when it comes to those situations because some people really sit there and get mad. You know, and that's another way of not trying to see somebody grow. You know, somebody possibly about to get married and have a happy life. You should be happy for them. As long as they're not with somebody that's abusive, and as long as they're not with somebody who's trying to keep them away from friends and family, you're supposed to be happy. But then I know why some of y'all don't be happy because you're not taking that step that you feel you need to take. Or the step you probably wanted to take, you can't take it now because the person you was trying to take it with done already decide to move on and be with somebody. You know, and I always believe this type of thing. If you passionate about something that you want or somebody that you want, you need to bring all the guns out, basically, and let that person know what it is. You know, don't sit there and hold it back. I done seen some people lose out on opportunities and block their own blessings because they was too scared to say something. And that's male and female. You know, sometimes you gotta take a risk in life, even if it seems like it's scary. But you gotta make sure you're taking the right type of risk too. You know, you don't want to take that type of wrong risk, and now you end up with somebody that you just found out is really on some abusive type shit or some crazy type shit. You know, but the main thing when you get married to somebody, that's you're really now to a point where you're supposed to always make sure your king or your queen is protected at all times. You know, like I said, some of y'all just getting married for all the wrong reasons. But when it comes to love, loyalty, honor, and all of that, you're supposed to have that. And again, like I said, if you're not committed to be with that person for life and really ride it out, then there should be no reason to get married. You know, I think this is another cause of why sometimes the family dynamic gets broken up. You know, the wrong people marry for the wrong reasons. You know, and if you go and get married for all the right ones. Like I said, it should be pros and cons on why you deciding you want to get married and shit. Shouldn't be no, I'm just getting married for the hell of it. No, that doesn't work. You know, and like I said, even in certain states, it'd be hard for you to get married, especially if you ain't see one of those quote unquote marriage counselors or one of those basically one of those pastors that will marry you, you know. And some of them still following that old tradition of we need to see if you really prepared to be married or not. But I honestly feel like this. In all actuality, if you and that person know for a fact y'all ready, y'all compatible, there's no nothing breaking y'all up, you know, do what you necessarily need to do. If that's what you're trying to do, get married, you know. And even if you feel you with the right person and nobody else wants to try to, man, let's take your ass right down to the fucking courthouse, get married, just have one or two witnesses, get married, and you good, you know. And then later on, if you decide you want to really do a big wedding and have the right people, then you do so. You know, I've seen some people do that. You know, they ain't have the money or they ain't have the proper ways to do the wedding the way they wanted to. So okay, we just gonna go down courthouse, get married, whatever, whatever, and then we'll figure this out later on. You know, sometimes you don't even got to spend too crazy to have a decent wedding for somebody. You know, yeah, you know, and that's what I'm saying. That is the truth. Some of these pastors won't do that unless they go through these damn, and that's the truth. You know, some of these people even try to do those retreats. Like we're gonna do a couples retreat to really see if they prepared to be married, and you know, I've seen that shit too. You know, but all in all, like I said, if you know you down, if you and your partner both down, then y'all shouldn't have no doubts about nothing. You know, whether y'all go through that type of phase or not with the camp counseling or whatever the case is, if you know you ready to be married, then you do what you gotta do by all means to get married. You know. See, nah, because Nicole, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, you got some people who can't afford a wedding right now, but if they really love each other and they want to be with each other, then who's to stop them? You know, like I said, some people ain't gonna be able to afford a super high price wedding, and some people might not be in the best positions to even plan their own weddings the way they see fit. That's why I said if you necessarily have to, all right, go down to the courthouse, you know, get yourself married, you got yourself witnessing to, sign whatever papers you need to sign, and that's it, you know. And then when it's all said and done, you could plan the way you want to plan. You know, you want to have that big wedding, you can do so. You know, like I said, some things you can't rush, and some things it takes time. You know, that's why I said for somebody, you know, like that person said, I only knew this person 11 days before they got married. That's a little bit too crazy for me. You know. Yeah, no, that's a fact too. You got to because my thing is you want to be married, yeah. You go, you know, you want to be married, but guess what? You still got to make sure that your significant other is going to be good because whether both of y'all breadwinners or it's just one of y'all got to, you know, make sure y'all take the right courses because you're going to have to save money for different things, you know. You're going to have to. Now, if there's kids involved, you know damn well you're going to definitely have to budget money. And that's on both sides. Because I done seen some men be the most responsible when it comes to, you know, managing money and then vice versa. I done seen some women that'll make a man look crazy, like nigga, you about to spend all this money when you could you know. Yo, Jerry, salute, bro. You know, that's why I said you gotta definitely that's just in general, Nicole. I'm gonna be honest with you. That should be any man and woman. Before you get married, you supposed to already know how to balance out your money, And then once you know you get married, there's certain things you're gonna have to start, like the joint accounts and shit like that. So you gotta definitely be on point with that too. You know. But again, it just goes back to what I'm saying. Some of y'all get married for all the wrong reasons instead of saying, you know what? Let me make sure this is the person I need to be with. Let me make sure I'm not making the wrong mistake, you know? And some people get caught off, they get blinded only because they really think the person that they trying to go after is really that person for them, you know, until they true colors show. That's why I said, if you know you're not fully prepared, you don't know that person that well, you know, don't just jump into it because you feel it's the right thing to do. You should jump into it because you both feel it's the right thing to do, and you both are ready for that commitment and that step. Yeah, nah, because that's the truth, bro. You know, some people don't understand that marriage is a big step, not just spiritually, but it's a big step financially too, because now it's not just about you and your significant other. If there are kids involved, you got to worry about them. You got to worry about the house. You got to worry about a car. You got to worry about all that shit. All this stuff real people are supposed to be worried about. You know, these are the things you're supposed to be semi preparing for just in case you do decide to make that big step. You know, and that's the thing too. Some of y'all men too. I'm saying some of y'all men, not all of y'all. Some of y'all men are gonna definitely have to really get into the fact that some women don't want to be with somebody that's not doing nothing for themselves, and vice versa. You got some men that don't want to be with women who ain't trying to at least do something for themselves. Like I just watched something earlier, even though it was on TV, but it just goes to show you it's a small handful that think like that. Now, if this man done been out working, you know, this man is working almost 50 hours a week, sometimes probably more than that. The most you supposed to be doing if you my wife, especially if you not working or doing nothing, at least make sure dinner is done. I shouldn't have to come home from a day where I probably don't work 10, 12 hours, probably more than that. And then now I got to clean and cook. Nah. Supposed to be sharing the fucking, supposed to be sharing all of that together, you know? Even if we both working. Prime example, if you working nights and I'm working mornings, you don't think I'm gonna at least make sure you got breakfast for when I get ready? Like, look, here's breakfast. I'm about to be on about my business. I'll see you later on. You know, supposed to be that way. I feel like this: the breadwinner of the house doesn't matter. The breadwinner is supposed to always at least come home to some sort of happiness and some relaxation, some satisfaction. Period. You know, yeah, because you got some of these women. Like I watched this, I just watched this case earlier, and I felt bad because son looked like he was tired of it. Like, you know, I work hard, I do this, I do that, and then I come to find out you're not even being the best person you're supposed to be for me. You know, and the guy looked like he was ready to, yeah, nah, because bro, Jerry, no lie, sometimes I work 50 hours a week, depending on what my schedule depends on. Like, it depends on what my schedule is scheduled for. So I already know. So that's not an easy thing to try to work. But see, with me, it's broken down because I could get 50 plus in 4 days tops if they decide to schedule me for 4 days. Sometimes if it's only 3 days, I'll still get the 40 plus, you know? But sometimes that's tiresome, especially if you work in doubles, you know? And see, that's the thing too. Some of y'all men got to stop getting with these high class women that want all the high expensive things. You know, if you know you staying within your means, then you should find somebody that knows how to stay within their means as well. Don't be with somebody that you know for a fact is going to be always looking for the money aspect, you know. And it's crazy. Miss Eve Blessings, you know, it's crazy. Like I said, some of y'all come into marriage thinking that this is going to be easy. Nah, it's not going to be easy at all, you know. And our thing is, if you used to a certain lifestyle, You need to let the person that you're dealing with know that, because that person might not always be able to get you the finest and the most expensive things. And even if they are, I'm not going to buy you something if you ain't really fucking proving to me you deserve it. Not doing that, you know. And I feel like this: if the money don't need to be spent on something frivolous, not spending it. I go on spending on something that I know for a fact is not going to benefit us in the long run. You know, everybody's supposed to have that common sense factor to, just in case if I do decide I'm gonna do this, let me make sure I'm good. So in the event things go wrong, I got something to fall back on. You know, and like the case I was watching earlier, I don't blame the man because I'm working almost 50 hours a week or 50 plus a week. You know, I'm doing mostly everything. I'm the breadwinner. The most I expect from you, if you're not going to be at least doing something, is make sure dinner done. At least make sure I ain't got to worry about laundry. None of that shit. Like stuff that I know for a fact I shouldn't have to worry about. You know? Yeah, and you know that be like that sometimes too. Yo, Frankie, salute. Yo, Jerry, that be the sad part sometimes too. That's another thing some people got to understand. Yes, the only way your parents should be attached to your marriage like that is if, you know, as if it's all on the happy level. Some people get married and then now they gotta worry about either the mother-in-law or the father-in-law being on some next shit. At the end of the day, your marriage is your marriage. The only time I feel a parent should be involved in any of that shit is if they think something is going on as far as they think their child might be in danger. Other than that, let your child be your child and let them live their life. You know, and some of y'all parents are overbearing. And I think this is why some reasons why some people are getting married too out of nowhere. You got overbearing parents that just, oh, I definitely want you to, oh, you should definitely, like, you supposed to live your own life once you get a certain age. Your parents ain't supposed to be dictating your life. And some of y'all let your parents dictate your life until damn near then that sometimes that messes you out the blessing, you know. You know, it's sad. Like I said, if you're not planning on getting married for the right reasons, don't get married at all. You know, like I said, that is a huge step. And if you ain't prepared for it, you ain't prepared for it. You know? And the one thing that I always felt, like I said, parents should only be involved to some degree. If you feel your child is in danger, then yeah, you as a parent got all rights to step in and do whatever. But if your child is good, child ain't got to worry about none of that extra shit, you supposed to just be watching from afar, basically. No overbearingness, no none of that. You supposed to just be watching from afar, and that's it. Cause look, we done seen this shit. Some of us done seen this shit happen in real time, and not just in movies. The minute girl get with the dude that might got the money or whatever the case is, that person could be the one that's definitely doing it wrong, and the mother or the father, oh no, you just gotta understand this, that, and the third. You don't just leave this person. You don't tell somebody what to do. If their life is in danger, or if they feel their life is in danger, they supposed to get up and leave, you know? And you got some parents who feel because you might be getting married to somebody, whether they got money or not, that's a come up for them. No, that shit needs to be stopped too. That type of thinking needs to be stopped too. Some of y'all ladies and fellas know if y'all got parents like that, you gotta set their ass straight. Period. You got to. As much as you try to have the respect code, they gotta have the respect code too. You know? And some people gotta understand that. Like you got some mothers that know their daughters is possibly getting abused and beat up, and they don't care, especially if they know the dude they with is oh, so what? That's the come up right there. You gotta just hold it down. He loves you. It's just this, that, and the third. No, Like I said before, no love shaft, of course. A black eye, bruised rib, none of that shit. That's just how I look at it. You know, if you truly, genuinely love somebody, they got to come from the heart. You know, you know, and that's the same thing. You know, it's wrong at the end of the day. Like I said, you know, you overall, if you know you in a position where it's not looking good, and your parent is trying to tell you to still stay or try to ride it out, that parent is no good neither. Because at the end of the day, they're only worried about themselves and their own come up. They're not worried about their own child, you know? And that should never be something that's put into place. And I feel like and this is how I look at it. The majority of us men, that's what we supposed to be doing anyway. We were supposed to have been taught to be the protectors and the fucking breadwinners for our household, you know. But we know sometimes, you know, we might take a little fall, we might take a little whatever. And that's when we supposed to have the queens, not just on the side of us, but also giving us that right motivation and not quit. Because I have seen some people get depressed to the point where they done zoned out even on their own mates. And that's a scary thing when somebody is used to doing certain things and then now because they ain't doing it now, they feel a type of way. You know? Like I said, depression works on both sectors when it comes to marriage. You know, if you know you got somebody that's used to working and doing shit, you know, once it stops, you're not supposed to just be nagging at them and you're not supposed to just be criticizing them. If anything, you're supposed to be uplifting them. You know, I understand this is then the third happened, you know, still love you. We can still make things work, yada, yada, yada. Still supposed to give that influence and that encouragement, period. Hey, yo, really salute, bro. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some people get that shit twisted. Like I said, you know, but that's something we got to stop doing. Or at least some of us. I can't say all of us. Because some men don't care who's the one providing, but as long as the element is still, you know, together. Because shit, it could be both of y'all out of work. But if y'all both got that drive and that hustle to try to make something work, then y'all gonna always be able to fucking pull through no matter what. You know. Some women getting their feelings too when a nigga ain't working, bro. It's a two-way street. Person could have just lost their job. And, oh, how the fuck you lose a job like that? How the fuck you do? I didn't do shit. Like, you know, like that's what I'm saying. It's always a two-way street when it comes to that. But all in all, when it comes to marriage, y'all all supposed to be on the same page, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If we can't see each other eye to eye on whatever, then shit, what are we getting together for? You know? But you are right. Some people getting their feelings when they not the ones getting to the bag and the significant other is the one getting to the bag. But then again, that should be a motivation too sometimes. Like, all right, she ain't down for long. I know for a fact. I know she gonna hold me down for a minute, but I'm not gonna stay down forever neither. I'm gonna get on my ground and do what I gotta do. And ladies, that go for y'all too, because some of y'all know the men are doing what they supposed to be doing, breaking their fucking back. And then they still gotta break their back with certain shit when they come home. I feel like this: if you home all day, you ain't doing much of nothing. The most you could do is make sure dinner done. And if it needs a little bit of cleaning done, just do that. Some of us don't really require much. For those that work hard and come home, like niggas want to come home to something fucking good. Like I shouldn't have to come home and then now I gotta wash clothes, do dishes, do something, other things that should have been done already. Then like if I gotta cook, that's crazy. Like so I gotta cook, clean, and do something else extra after I just got off work. You know, main thing when the breadwinner come home, they want to relax. They want to come home to a nice dinner, nice bath, all of that shit. And if you're not the primary breadwinner in that relationship, you are entitled to do what you're supposed to be doing. That's just it. Try to nip that in the bud all you want to, but come on now. You know. Oh yeah, yeah, you know that, yo, Frankie. I already know that. Some women will do that shit, and then some men too. Some men will do certain shit too to trigger these women to start getting on that type of time. But majority of the time, it's always the other way around. You know, some of y'all got to stop pushing triggers and pushing buttons. You know, if you know somebody is in a deep depression, especially after they just lost a job, they probably might have lost some family. You know, they probably going through a little bit of everything. You know, sometimes it's hard to even come and talk to y'all because y'all. It's like sometimes y'all be on go, like y'all ready to fucking go to war already. You know, like I said, if you're not getting married for the right reasons, you shouldn't be getting married at all. You know, 'cause there's going to be times the marriage is not always going to be perfect. You're going to have your little rocky moments. You're going to have, that's just like even relationships. You're going to have your little rocky ups and downs. But if you still really down for the full ride, you know, y'all got to get on point. That's it. Yo, Jerry, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Um, Real friends, and I'm just saying that that's just from my perspective. A real friend is going to tell a friend what's what. You know, and if he's really a friend, he'll listen to what your opinion is or what your, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. Your old head salute, you know, supposed to be like that, you know. As a friend, if I know for a fact you might be making a bad mistake, I'm gonna tell you. Whether you want to believe me or not, I'm still gonna tell you because me as a friend, that's just something I would want somebody to do for me. If I feel I'm making the wrong move, I'm making the wrong mistake, I expect my real friends to tell me right then and there. You know, you got some people that tell you some things, but that's because those people are trying to break up whatever it is you got going on, or they don't want to see you happy. So you should already know how to decipher that. But you got real friends that tell you off the rip, like, yo, son, I think you really making the wrong mistake. Think about it before you just go off the deep end. You know, like I said, I would rather have a friend telling me the truth and telling me when I'm moving wacky than them just letting me move wacky and then wanting to say something later. You know, DD blessings. You know, y'all already know if y'all just came in, hit that like button on the way in. I know this is probably late. Yes, yeah, I feel like I'm back on my late night shit to a degree. I was supposed to go live earlier, but I really need that fucking rest because I've been running around all day. You know, that I'm taking care of a family member that just got COVID to a degree. So, you know, I'm doing a little bit of everything, you know. But that's how you're supposed to be your old head. But see, this the thing. That's how you supposed to be to a degree. If you know for a fact you got real friends and family that you care for, you're not supposed to watch them move a certain way. Period. And if you feel like that's a mistake that they really making, then that's what you're supposed to do, you know. But Jerry, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can, as a man, tell your friend how you feeling, you know, but that's up to him to make that decision, you know. Because I could sit here and tell somebody right now, yo, bro, I really feel you shouldn't get married to this person. Even if I got the down low and the scoop on this person, 9 out of 10, that's that person's decision to decide if they still want to be married to that person or not, you know. And that be the sad part. Some people really just be lost in the sauce and just say, you know what? Despite everything that somebody said, I still feel this person could be for me. You know, so some people are going to just be stuck. Those ones, I don't know. You got some of them that you just, I don't know. If evidence is being presented in front of you that this person is no good for you to marry or even be with, and you still want to be with them, then you choose all the consequences that come with that. Like I said, you got some dudes you know for a fact is running around with the neighborhood hoe. Excuse me for saying it like that, ladies, because you know I don't like being disrespectful. But you know, you got some people that's running around with the neighborhood tramps. And niggas been telling y'all, like, yo, son, I don't think you want to get with somebody that done been with everybody, especially niggas in our group. And then you still get with them. It's like you kissing the whole hood, basically. Like, come on now. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Jerry, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You, like I said, as a friend, you still have the right to talk to your friend and tell them how you feel. Just because you necessarily give your view and opinion on something doesn't always mean they're gonna be quick to react. For all you know, they probably might figure out a way to fucking still make things work. But if they not, if they not compatible, sometimes you just gotta let nature take its course. You know, because you could tell somebody something, and if they stuck in their ways, you know what it is. You know, some people got to learn the hard way anyway. So some people, I'd be like, man, listen, if you ain't gonna listen to what I just said, then may God be with you. You know, and if more than one person is telling you, you know, you making the wrong moves and you still just want to do that, then you get what you got coming to you. You know, not to be funny, but you gotta be guarding your heart and your spirit when you quote unquote making that next move in life. And if that next move is marriage, then you gotta make sure you at 100. You gotta make sure your spirit in tune. You gotta make sure you're happy on all levels, and you gotta make sure that no matter what, you are prepared for whatever can occur. You know, nah, that's how it be sometimes. Oh, like you right. Some of these people they gonna be stuck in their way right now. You know, it could be a clear and present danger. It could be a clear and present danger being shown in them. And if they don't want to see it, then they gotta just deal with whatever. You know, you cannot sit here and put yourself in a position of where you're not in tune and that you're not happy. Like I said, marriage is for those who I know for a fact are trying to live together, stay together until death do them part. You know, and some people live that part to the point where I'm not gonna lie to you. Last year in my building, I think they was the oldest couple in my building. They just passed away recently. The husband had a heart attack in the crib, and then the wife died later on that evening in the hospital. It was like they both went to the hospital and they both left together. So that means to go to show you they've been so in tune with each other that once one fell, the other one fell right with them. You know, and you know sometimes it sounds weird, but when you really love somebody like that, you know that could cause a traumatic effect, especially if you really in love with that person and y'all are really like spiritually in tune. You know, that's a shocker. That's why you got to be mentally and spiritually strong on all aspects, including marriage. You know, because it's not an easy thing to deal with, and some people we already see. Some marriages don't even last a year. Like I just watched something earlier, and it could be fucking. I don't even think it was scripted because it just sounded like something that I would see. You know, this is a public service announcement to those who need to hear it too. If you are married and you know that things ain't go right with that person, instead of that, we separated. Why don't y'all just get the fucking divorce and move on? I watched something earlier that kind of made me sick. This lady was trying to, she was making it seem like it was the dude that was making it impossible to be together with. No, come to find out, it's the whole total opposite. You married. You've been married. First of all, y'all been together for mad long. This man been wanting to marry you, put the ring on your finger and all of that. How can he do that and you still married to somebody on paper? And y'all ain't trying to take the proper protocols to go through these divorces or whatever, whatever. And this is on both ends. If you know for a fact you're unhappy with this person, that does not mean y'all just separate. No, y'all both take your time and go through the divorce proceedings, if that's the case. Some people, it's hard for them to move on if they still married legally, you know. And then some people I see for a fact they don't be wanting to fucking sign the divorce papers. I seen that shit too. I seen some petty shit like that. Oh, you don't want to sign these divorce papers and I'm trying to move on. I see what it is. And that's sad part. That's a sad way of thinking too. If I know I'm not happy with you, I'm not happy with you. You know? And that's the truth. Now, see, no, but this the thing. This the thing about that case, though, Frankie. This is the funny part. Here's this. They don't have. First of all, she got two grown kids, just like he got two grown kids. They've been together for more than 10, 15 years. Out of that whole, like, come on. You mean that whole time you still ain't figure out you want, like, come on now. If I'm trying to put the ring on your finger, I'm trying to be happy with you. I find myself happy with you. Then you supposed to do the right thing. You, how can we move on when you've been still married to somebody mad long? You can't. And I believe that too. Once there is children involved, yeah, it is easier said than done. But then again, it's not about y'all no more. When kids are involved, it's not just about y'all no more. It's about them too. So yeah, you want to have to, you're going to have to figure certain things out. But all in all, it goes back to what I was saying. If you're not fully prepared for that, you shouldn't be married. You know, those words I do mean forever, not for a month or a year or 2 years. No, when you say forever, that's what it means, forever. You know, yeah, and that's what it be sometimes. But then my thing is too, when it comes to certain situations, you have to necessarily narrow down the pros and the cons. And that's just shit in general, nigga, even in real life. Certain things you just gotta literally, what's the pros and cons of this situation right here? And once you break it down, narrow it down, that's it, man. You know, but I always felt some people shouldn't be married, especially if there's toxicity levels in it. I'm not getting married to somebody that I see for a fact is always on the negative tip, not trying to see somebody grow in any way, shape, or form, and just always involved in stupid negative shit all day. I can't be married to somebody like that because then I already know that that's going to be leading to arguments, possibly a domestic. I'm not going through all of that shit. And some of y'all will sit there and push those buttons. Can't do that. If I love you and I'm marrying you, I love you and I'm marrying you. That means that you ain't got to worry about me throwing you down the flight of stairs. You ain't got to worry about me beating on you, verbally abusing you, none of that. No, the only thing you got to worry about me is loving you too much. That's it. Other than that, you know, we on that level, we on that level. And I believe that some of y'all really need to really get in tune with that because this is why some people don't want to take the risk on marrying certain people neither. Because if it already looked like it's just one of those wham bam thank you ma'ams, or it looked like it's not gonna be, you know, they'll put you through that test just to make sure. Let me see if these people are really ready to be married on a mental and a spiritual, because come on, you're gonna have to be on point with that. Your spirit gotta be in tune with your other half to where there are no bonds being broken, to where y'all could sit here and actually be happy. No matter what's going on in life, y'all could be happy and maintain that healthy balance. And sometimes you have to eliminate a lot of outside interference from society, social media, all of that. You have to. And you know, that's the borderline. But see, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are certain things that are not being publicized on social media or on TV. There's just certain things you'll happen to see on a daily. Like I said, with the situation with my friend, I'm literally sitting there as a witness, and you know, I'm witnessing the marriage happening, and then somebody just try to mess up that marriage. You know, just out of pure jealousy and spite. You got some people that are like that. Shit, you even got friends that are like that. They'll try to do any and everything, stop you from making that right move, especially if you know for a fact you making the right move. You know, man. You know, but sometimes certain positions and certain aspects in life it'll present itself, and that's when a lot of things will get determined. You know, majority of my people know one thing that's been the one thing that's been real about me and will still be real about me is that I could care less about certain things because it ain't benefiting me. And if it ain't making me grow in a certain way, it don't benefit me. Not worried about it. I could care less about people's opinions about how I look, what's what. Don't matter about that. I've been going through that throughout life. You think that's supposed to stop somebody from moving forward in life and doing what they do? I'm still happy. I still do what I do. It's like shit. That's how some people are gonna have to have that, especially when it comes to marriage. You know, if I'm with you, I'm with you, but you gotta be with me too, and that means you cannot sit here and fall victim to anything. Some people will do the utmost just to try to take you out your happiness. You know, salute, bro. Like I said, it's a slippery slope sometimes. To be honest with you, it is. You know, but I always felt like this: if you getting married for the right reasons, you know, you're usually about good. But when you just getting married because you feel that's the best opportunity, or you feel that's going to be your come up, or you just want to do that just to do it, that's it's not really the adult thing to do. Like I said, once you get married, now you gotta have joint accounts, all this other shit. Like it's no longer just you're single. No, you have to include your significant other one way or another. You know, like that's what I'm saying. If you're not really ready on that aspect, you can't be married to somebody. Yeah, nah, that's a fact though. That is a fact. Yo, Frankie, like not to be funny, that is a fact. You know, but see, this is my thing. Again, if you're not getting right with yourself, you shouldn't be thinking about marriage at all. Because like I said, that I consider that not just a shit. I don't consider that just a lifelong journey. That's almost like a 9 to 5 too, because you gotta definitely be on point. You gotta make sure that ship is running right. You know. But my main thing with a lot of y'all, if you just put God first, especially when you all get married, you put God first. You know, there shouldn't be nothing under the stars that stops y'all from being married or stops y'all from staying together. But some of y'all just do things because it's the thrill. You know, some of it is the thrill, some of it is just the spur of the moment. Like I was saying earlier, one of the situations I was looking at, no way you can tell me you ready to marry somebody in 11 days and you just met them. That's like me meeting somebody today and then talking about tomorrow, yo, we getting married, son. No, it's crazy. That shit go look. You know, like, come on. You know, because that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really not mentally prepared for that, you spiritually not ready for that, you shouldn't jump into it. And some jump into it because they young, like how we young and dumb sometimes. That's how some of it occurs. But then there's multiple different scenarios of why some people do get married. And for some people who do get married, some of them get married under the intent that they already know, you know, all right, I might be able to dodge certain shit if I'm married to somebody, or I might be able to do this if I. But I feel like this: marriage is not a joke at all. Because under the eyes of God, you are taking somebody as your significant other, and also you supposed to be keeping the life cycle going regardless. So you're choosing your significant other, and you're bringing a family together and trying to raise a whole army like you're supposed to. You know, yo, Carlos, salute. Yeah, I peeped that shit. I was just waking up to all of that, bro. Like I said, this is the only reason why I'm kind of going late now. I actually took my ass a nap. I was tired, you know, doing some extra work outside of whatever. So glad I didn't have to work because I'd have been at work sleep probably. Now I'm lying to myself. I'd have been at work uptight. But you know, it is what it is. It's just normal shit a nigga do anyway. You know, I definitely peeped all that shit though, Carlos. I already, you know, shit crazy. But this is why I said a lot of times I can't entertain shit like that. So but it's just all in all though, don't ever stray away from this message, y'all. Um, if in the event you know for a fact you are really ready to settle down, and you know for a fact there's no doubts, there's no second guessing anything, and you standing firm on it, stand firm on it. Hence why I said if you're not ready to be married, don't get married. Hey, Bobby, blessings. You know, because there could be a multitude of situations. And I've actually seen some situations where the happiest of couples have gotten their relationships ruined just because outside shit, you know, just because somebody might be spiteful or jealous, you know. But this is the thing that comes with the territory too. Marriage is only a little step further than a relationship. So at the end of the day, you men and women, especially the main ones who have common sense and decency, are supposed to make sure you always protecting your significant others at all times. You know, because you know what it is. Some people will not fuck with you to some degree when you single, but then when you fucking with somebody or you about to be married, that's when everybody want to come out the woodworks. You know, the devil brings out all the temptations. But if you strong enough to hold it down, then you already know that's when you know you prepared for marriage. I just had a whole plate of everything in front of me, and you mean to tell me I ain't touched nothing? Oh yeah, I'm ready to be married. You know, it's just the maturity level sometimes. That's it. See, like Bobby, that's the truth. Look, you knew you was ready to be married. And look, you still been married that long, you know? And that's a blessing right there. And may y'all marriage continue to be strong, you know? Sometimes when you get with somebody, even if you don't get married right away, you know, some people don't get married right away. Some people be in a whole relationship, kids and all, and some people have just gotten married recently. But if the whole purpose is being together, then it shouldn't matter if you got a ring or not. I always felt A ring is not necessary. If I'm taking you as my significant other, that means I'm not putting nobody else above you. That means I'm building with you, and that's it. Yeah, Jerry, like I said, bro, listen, I honestly feel a real friend should be real with you and not fake with you. Like if I see that you moving crazy or if I see that something ain't right, I'm gonna tell you. But see, there's another thing with me. I'm only gonna tell you maybe once or twice. After that, I don't want to hear nothing no more because we shouldn't be having this conversation more than once. That's just how I look at it. That's just how I've always been. Sometimes I don't want to keep hearing the same old rhetoric and the same stories neither. That's why I said I'm gonna give my best advice. If you ain't listened to it, well, if you just forgot what I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. After that, I ain't repeating it no more because it should have been embedded in your head right then and there. Especially if it's coming from somebody that's going to tell you the truth. They ain't sugarcoating nothing either when I do tell the truth. So, you gotta accept it, and that's what a real friend is going to do. Yeah, I can be mindful to your feelings and all that to a degree. But if I feel I'm on that type of time, you're gonna get that little bit of tough love. It ain't nothing personal. But I'm still telling you some truth. And I ain't lying to you. Oh, that's that good old soda right there, boy. Whew. My fault, y'all. I know I was being rude just now. Good old cranberry raspberry. Oh, yeah. Starting to deal with shout out to the Schreps company, man. Y'all outdid yourselves, man. Got my taste buds good to go tonight. But all in all, it's the truth. Some people just know when they ready to be married, and some people actually go through hell and back. Some people are still together to this day, which is a blessing. That means y'all souls was really truly in tune with each other, and it wasn't nothing that could come between y'all. That strong bond that everybody needs, especially not just in a relationship, but if you decide to go the extra step, get married, all right, you got to be strong on both ends. You know, it's not just the physical things you have to worry about. You got to also worry and take into consideration the spiritual factors of it. You know, like you can't be married to somebody if you're not happy within yourself. That's like you forcing yourself into a relationship and you know for a fact you're insecure or you might have been hurt and you still haven't fully gotten over whatever. But Jerry, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You as a friend, like I said, if that's your best friend or that's one of your people you've been knowing for that long, yeah. If you feel a certain way, you as a friend supposed to be able to come to your friend and tell him, you know. And it's not trying to say, oh, cause a distraction or cause a no, that's not where I'm going with it. Where I'm going with it is that I don't care. I tell my peoples all the time. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you and that's it. You can take it how you want to take it, but I told you how I felt. You know, I ain't gonna sit back for certain shit. That's just how I give it up, especially if I know I really rock with you like that. I'm fucking with you like that on all. Nah, I ain't letting you go down that route. But I ain't gonna definitely make sure you do no sucker shit and put yourself in a situation where now I gotta hear this shit every damn day. Told you not to do this, baby. Come on. Like I think logical. Even if I thought I was on an emotional standpoint with certain things, there's still logic there. So again, like I said, Bobby, you know, hopefully everything still continues to keep going. Because I like to see things like that. I've seen some couples together longer than 30 years, 40 years, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. When you're together with that person that you really love. Like when that happens, everything else should be X'd out the window. I feel this was something I needed to come out tonight and say, like, marriage is not a joke. Marriage is not something to take lightly. And sometimes marriage could be a part of your downfall, depending on how you're using this shit. Now, if you're getting married for all the right reasons and you feel that you're personally getting married for all the right reasons, then by all means, may God keep continuing to bless you, you know? You absolutely right. But you ain't saying nothing that I ain't already said neither. But that's like that even in a relationship. You have to have communication on all levels, open, you know? How can I know what to expect, or how can I know what's going on with you, prime example, if you're not telling me what's going on? I can't play mind reader, and vice versa. How are you supposed to know what's going on with me if I just decide to shut you out? Can't do that. Comes to, like I said, when it comes to that, those lines always got to stay open, and y'all both have to be able to get through to each other clear. Because if I'm saying something and you didn't hear it, how do you expect me to hear something from you? Are we supposed to be on the same playing field if you're throwing me for a bone? You know, can't do that. You know, and nah, bro, it's not gonna. It's not gonna. I'm gonna be honest with you, because oh yeah, let me use this real quick. Fair use, and I'm not saying educational purposes because it's in the Bible. I just can't remember where. So y'all could do the research yourselves. Uh, I could have swore at one point I could have remembered something in the Bible about him that having that jewelry was a sin. Like I shouldn't have to put a ring on your finger to prove to you anything, you know, because in some look at it, even in some of the states now, you don't necessarily have to even go to a courthouse and get married. If y'all been together longer than 7 years, whether there's kids involved or not, you are commonly law married. So I don't know. Maybe I don't believe in that whole putting a ring on somebody's finger shit. I shouldn't have to prove that. If I'm with you this long, I ain't strayed away from you and none of that. What does that mean? Anything? You know, that's what I'm saying. You have to have everything in tune when it comes to that. Like I said, I can't remember where at in the Bible, but I do remember it saying something about you didn't necessarily need a ring. And I don't remember Adam having a I don't remember Adam and Eve having no wedding rings. Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong, but I might be right. I don't remember them having a ring. I just remember them being in that Garden of Eden. So if y'all married, where the ring at? And also, I don't think you could be in a garden naked and have a wedding ring on. So something got to make sense right there. That's just me. Yeah, not yo, Bobby. The Tex, I'm gonna be honest with you. Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, I think Virginia, and another like most of the yeah. If you, I think anywhere outside New York City, been together this long, you married. That's just the end of it. And like I said, I shouldn't have to put a ring on your finger to let the world know who's my wife, who's my queen, and who's going to be there forever. So, and if I got time invested, and if I done been the person that's, but shit, can't tell me nothing. All in all, I just feel all just get married for the right reasons. Choose that right person basically for the right reason. And then you build from there. That's it. I think once you get to that, you know, everything else should fall in line. You know. But I also think some reasons why some people don't get married is because I don't know. I think they kind of eerie about what could occur. You know, which is understandable. You know, because you don't want to be getting. You think you getting married for the right reason to the right person, and then you find out it's not the right person. But then again, you're supposed to make sure you're vetting out the person you about to be with. That goes on both ends. You have to be prepared, and you also have to be mindful of who you just giving yourself to. It's just that simple. You know, that's why I said, you know, you got to. 'Cause I can't give you my life if I know for a fact you're not willing to give me yours. And I can't give my all to you if you ain't giving me your all. That's it. You can't match what I'm supposed to be matching, then we basically gonna be in the world when it hurt. Hey Eve, blessing sis. Glad y'all could tune in. But that's just how I feel. Like, you know, I like to hear stuff like that. Like, see, like people like Bobby and a few other ones I know, even outside of this, long marriages, you know, the right people got with the right people. And see, that's how it's supposed to be. That, at least that's in my book. I feel that's how it's supposed to be. If I got with you, I'm with you for the right reasons. And it shouldn't take a wedding ring for me to know that you're my wife. You know, like I said, you know, but you got to make sure you with the right person that y'all getting together for the right reasons. And it's not just to keep the life cycle going, but you also want to love. You want that love. You want that togetherness forever, you know? And that's the most beautiful thing when you could be with somebody longer than 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Shit. Some people probably 60 years. You know, like, come on. That's a beautiful thing. Like I said, some people think love is just a feeling. No, love is more than just a feeling. Love is an example of what you see when it comes to a good, strong marriage. That's love right there. That's love. That's commitment. That's dedication. That's loyalty. That's unity. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, D true salute. You know, if you're getting with that person, you're supposed to make sure that's exactly what you're getting with them for. Not that just you love them, but you feel you can build with them on all aspects. There ain't supposed to be no selfishness involved. Not at all. You know, if you love me like I love you, then we supposed to build together and later for the outside negativity and the influences that try to come in between it, you know. And like I said, you're gonna have some people that get mad when you are with somebody that you know is your better half. And they mad because they probably ain't got their better half. Or they mad because they see that you're happy. So that's why you also got to be in tune with that because you'll have some outside influences that'll do that too. Like I said, I've seen one or two good marriages almost go to the bad or fully go to the bad just because of outside interference. And it's sad. Like I said, it's more than just the physical you got to worry about. You got to worry about that spiritual as well too. You know, you got some demons that'll just take over and try their hardest to stop something hard. You know, and they try to stop. Like, oh, nah, I don't think I want this person. Nah, you can't do that. Got to be strong on that level. Like I said, some people won't look at you twice when you single, but when you on the verge of being married or you with somebody that you devil will throw all the temptations out there at you. It's just like that, even when you do get married. Devil will throw out all them temptations. But if you know you stern and you strong, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. You know, gotta make sure when it comes to that, you're doing the right thing. But who knows? Maybe I just think different. Because I just look at that. Like some people, you just be like, damn, y'all just get married. Y'all got married for the wrong reason. But real friends and real family, regardless to what, are going to tell you and steer you the right direction. But if you still choose to do what you're going to do, then you know what comes with that sometimes. You know, hey, Platty, blessing, sis. But it is the truth, though. If you're going to be with somebody, and if you choose marriage or whatever it is you consider your belief to be marriage, then make sure you're with them for the right reasons and not for all the wrong reasons. Like I said, you got to have a pros and cons in life. Got to have a list of things that need the pros and cons, even when it comes down to marriage. And if you claim this is the person you want to build with, then you need to make sure on all aspects they are the person to build with. And if not, you're just wasting your time. You know. Well, I said, I never understood why some people. All right, and even if it don't work, like I said earlier, if I'm married to somebody and let's say it didn't work, if I've been married to you for probably like a year and we decide to get divorced, maybe even two, if I'm with you for a year or two and things just went wrong, and I decide I want a divorce, I'm getting that divorce. Especially in the token of if I decide I want to move on and I probably might find the right person. Because some people think they found the right person and they find out they don't. So, like I said, it's eh, sometimes it's a little hit and miss there. You know, love is blind to some degree, but for those who know for a fact what it is, you're not just going up and jump the gun just yet. So I'm just saying, it's not just a responsibility, when it comes to marriage. It's a long-term commitment. Those words, death do you part? Yes. It means once I done tug you, once I have you, shit, we gonna build and we gonna build this family, we gonna build these generations. We gonna do what we need to do and see the family tree continue to grow. And we gonna make sure that these kids and the future grands and the great grands are good. So that's what we supposed to do together if we are doing that. You know, when I'm down, you supposed to be my shield, just like I'm supposed to be yours. It's a two-way street. You know, usually I don't know. You hear certain things and you just be shaking your head. See me, I look at certain situations and I won't even bat an eye at it twice. I just be like, you just don't know. Like you just don't know why you just made yourself look foolish. But just make sure you in the right state of mind. And also make sure that your spirit is in tune and in line with it because I'm not just gonna give my all to one person if they ain't gonna fucking do it back for me. And I wouldn't care if there was kids involved or not. That's another reason why that's a big step. And sometimes, depending on the situation too, you might have that plays a factor. But if y'all truly, genuinely love each other, then nothing should stop that. Always remember that. If you're getting married for the right reasons, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And nobody can say or do anything that could fuck up that shit anyway. So, and that's why I said some people might find a significant other right then and there. Some people it take a little time. But it all depends too, because you don't want to just that's just like prime example. You don't want to be committed to somebody that you know for a fact is a crazy and need to be on meds. As far as like this person could possibly harm me or harm my kids if we do have kids. I don't think I want that. This person can end up leaving me just because they hear some bullshit. I don't think I want that. I think I want to make sure the person I'm getting with and that I'm going to give my life to is going to do that same thing. It's a multitude of factors that play in some marriages mess ups, and it's not always just cheating. But you know, it's a tricky one with that one. For some marriages, and just because one person might be bored with the other, but not communicating with them. Hence, why communication is an important factor before you even make further steps in life with a person that you think you want to build with. Yeah, you gotta vet everybody out, bro. Like that ass. You have to. You do not want to be in a situation and you find out something unsavory, like, oh, this is how you thought, or this is how you felt. Yeah, this ain't good. You know. And you gotta think about not just your personal safety, but you also gotta think about your safety overall as a person, your humanity and everything. You gotta think about that. That comes into the core too, even when it comes to marriage. I'm not gonna be with somebody if they publicly embarrassing me or if they just embarrassed with me, period, and I feel some type of way. Now, then why the hell am I getting married to you for? And vice versa. I wouldn't want somebody to be married to me if I'm one of those type of dudes where I'm just, yeah, fuck you. You know, nah, I'm not going through all of that. Like I said, been there, done that. Not young and dumb no more. Whole difference. You know, and some people need to just stop getting married for the wrong reasons. Don't get married because you think it's a good come up. I don't know. It's not to be taken lightly, like I said. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand anything in humanity. You don't understand nothing in society as it's really supposed to be. I'm with you. I'm with you. You know, and nothing should change that. Hey, Mandy, blessings. Oh shit, that's fucked up. I already know what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with doing your decorations early. You know, shit. Hopefully, you'll have Christmas or you know. You gotta make sure everything is in tune. Your morals, your boundaries, all of that. You know. And some of y'all know what y'all get yourselves into, but you'll still get yourselves into it just because it's that person. But it shouldn't be that way. And some of y'all get married just off a lust factor. I'm sorry. I've seen that happen too. You got married thinking, oh, I know. this person bad. Yeah, good genetics, this, that, and the third. That don't always be the case. I done seen two pretty people make a not so pretty baby. And I'm not poking jabs or nothing. Just saying. Some people really be thinking on them lines too. Oh, I know. Oh, this person got good hair. Yeah, my kid definitely gonna have good hair. Nope. Your kid will have nappy hair just like me. That's what I'm saying. Some people get married for all the wrong reasons. But you definitely have to make sure, you know, you're with somebody and you're committed, there's no stopping nothing. There should be no obstacle in your way except for the man upstairs himself that breaks that holy union. And if he's going to break that holy union, 9 out of 10, you both are going to be right along with each other. But if not, while you are together, make the best of everything like you're supposed to. You're supposed to have that person to keep the life cycle going, but also have your heart, have your love, have your attention, have all of that like you're supposed to have. Like I said, definitely make sure you down for the right reasons and not the wrong ones. I'm gonna drop the link just in case if anybody want to pop up, but if not, might just end this live. You know, if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. For the returning family that's already in here, you already know peace and blessings. If y'all ain't do so, y'all already know drop them links, show each other some love. That's how we give it up here. And like I said, all in all, that's the main thing. Don't give your all for the wrong reasons. No, give your all for the right reasons, especially if it's for the right person. No, don't let naysayers or fake well wishes determine your life or determine your happiness. Nobody should be dictating your flow of things. But when it comes to marriage, that's a serious step that you and only you are going to have to rectify. You're going to definitely have to make sure that this is who you're going to be with, this is who you're going to build with, have a family with, and grow old with. That's it. Happiness works on all levels. Communication also works on all levels too. So trust me, if you're not down to be married, if you're not down to really be committed, don't do it. Continue to live whatever life you was living until you feel you ready to be married. And that should go as a public service announcement to everybody around the world. If you know you're not spiritually ready to be on that level, don't do it. Like I said, that's just how I feel about things. But all in all, that should that should be something that everybody feels though. Can't be in tune with somebody if they not in tune with me. And if we gonna be together, we supposed to be able to accept each other, flaws and all, because we all ain't perfect. That's another thing to remember. You know, it speaks volumes. Like I've seen some marriages that I don't know. They even make me get a little sentimental. I'm like, damn, they really went through it. Like they really been through it. Trenches and all. Like, and that's a beautiful thing in the community. It's another thing what I mean about unity and growth. You know, look at some of the look at some of the people that we know in our communities who long standing marriages, whether they was good or bad, but they made it, and they still making it, you know. Just make sure you doing the right things for the right reasons sometimes. That's it. You know? If you don't see that, then you definitely not going to see what's going to happen or what's going to be in front of you. Make the right careful steps, and that's it. I wasn't going to keep y'all on. Shit. I really didn't know how long I was going to be on either. I just know I ain't really do much today. I don't know, kind of just been in and out of shit, but felt that needed to be talked about tonight. So, all in all, you know, just give your best. Even when it comes to marriage, give your best. Some things might not present itself until you do get married, but you know, if you know you are with the right person in your building, like some people that I've seen, may God continue to be first in y'all marriage and continue to keep blessing y'all. And that's it. You know, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know some of y'all got work in school, dealing with the kids and stuff. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, y'all already know it's always love. You know, if y'all ain't drop links, like I said, drop them links. Show each other some love. If you was new to the channel, I appreciate y'all tuning in as well. You know, and shout outs to everybody that was in the shadows. Y'all already know who y'all are. Y'all already know it's always love. And shout outs to the replay gang. I ain't forget about y'all neither. You know, hopefully everybody got something out of this live tonight. Hopefully some of y'all got something to think about. If you ain't already start thinking about it. Until the next live, y'all already knows. Oh yeah, don't forget, we still on tomorrow night, man. Still open mic poetry and music. So you already know. Definitely in the building tomorrow. Definitely gonna be in there. But if I do have to change anything, I will definitely keep y'all posted. But we definitely gonna be in there tomorrow night. I'm gonna set that time reminder for tomorrow. So you already know. Hope everybody have a blessed evening. Hope everybody get their rest and have a blessed morning. Until tomorrow night, y'all already know. Peace and blessings. We up out of here.